Hey guys, so this is take 3 of this video because the first time I had lipstick all over my entire teeth and that was not attractive, and then my camera died right in the middle of the intro when I said this was the second time I was going to film it, so hopefully third time is the charm. But anyways, this video is going to be about my tanning routine / my favorite self-tanner. And I just want to start with a little backstory about it. I am a self-tanner junkie. I do not tan in the sun at all, never have. I'm 20 years old, probably have been experimenting with self-tanners for about 5 to 6 years now. Whenever I was younger, I didn't do them so consistently, but now I'm very consistent with them. I'm pretty much tan year-round just by self-tanners. So as you can probably guess, I have a lot of knowledge about self-tanners, and I have found a self-tanner that I absolutely love and it has changed my life. This is what it is called. Moriz self-tanner. It is supposed to be a dupe for Saint Tropez. I have never used Saint Tropez just because, like I said, I'm very consistent with tanning, and I feel like if I buy a $45 tanner, I'm going to like it and I'm going to have to keep repurchasing it, and I really don't want to do that since I literally do it all the time. It would be fine if it was just every once in a while, but yes. So this I found at Ulta for about $10, $12, I don't know. It was pretty cheap actually, and I knew nothing about it whenever I picked it up. I didn't know it was a dupe for Saint Tropez. I didn't know if it was gonna work. I had no idea. So I brought it home and I was super nervous to try it. I wrote a list of pros and cons to help me through this video, and I'm gonna start with the pros. The first pro is that it goes on very nice and smooth and it dries very quickly. That's one of the most important things for me because I don't like to wait for my self-tanner to dry for 3 hours. So it's really annoying. This one pretty much dries instantly. It is a mousse formula. I'll show you what it looks like. So you just kind of looks like that. It's very dark brown, kind of has a greenish tint almost, and it's very nice formula. I also wrote that it does not have a splotchy application before rinsing, which means, I don't know if you all have ever tried a self-tanner that I'm talking about that does this, but this one has like that dark brown base color where when you put it on you're automatically tan, and it shows you kind of where to put it. I guess the guide color is what it would be called. Some guide colors on self-tanners, I find when you put them on, even as much as you rub, they never look smooth, even, and streak-free, and you get so freaked out that they're gonna look horrible, and then you go take a shower after the 4 hours has passed and you rinse off that guide color, and then you're left with kind of a smooth, even tan. That has happened to me with a self-tanner Banana Boat deep dark color. I used to love that one, but whenever I applied it, I couldn't go out. I had to wait for the 4 hours and rinse it before I could go anywhere because I was a splotchy mess. It's so weird because then I would rinse it and it would look fine. That one doesn't do that. The minute you put it on, it's nice and even and it's not splotchy. Also, it is super dark. I use about 2 pumps for one arm and about 4 pumps for one leg, and it gets you so dark. It's kind of scary almost. The first time I put it on, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like scary dark. I was scary dark. It's really nice though if you like to be that dark. I kind of love it whenever I first put it on. But yeah, it's very dark and even. It fades nice and even as well and not splotchy. I cannot even explain to you how spotty I would become after my self-tanner would wear off because I am super pale. I know you can't tell now, but like my natural skin color is so pale, and because of that I think it makes the self-tanners really kind of easy to look horrible on me when they start coming off because my skin is so much of a different color than the self-tanner, and it would just speckle and spot all over the place off, and it would look so bad, and I couldn't go out with it or anything. It was kind of embarrassing. So that's one of my #1 things I look for in a self-tanner, that it doesn't come off really weird. And this one seems to fade pretty nice. If you have a problem with fading, you should try that one. Also, I told you it was very cheap and affordable, which is really nice. I put it lasts for many uses, which what I meant by that is that I have used this probably about 12 to 15 times since I've gotten it, and this is still my first bottle. It's still like right here, so I feel like I get another month out of it, which is awesome because usually I go through these things really quickly, and I feel like I've had this for a while. And then the last thing is that it's not messy. The mousse formula you would think might be a little messy, but I just use, okay, before I show you this, I know I need to wash it, I just used it. This tanning mitt, I know it's disgusting. Yeah, but any self-tanning mitt is good. And then I use gloves. I put gloves on both hands and then put this mitt over top of them, just because the product does sink through the mitt and kind of get your palms orange, so you want to use some gloves underneath. So as long as you do that, it's not messy. Okay, so then for the cons, I do have a couple. Of course, it can't be perfect, but it is pretty close, and the cons to me are not enough to make me stop using it. So I don't know. I don't know what you all think. You can judge this. So I said spots off upon any water contact. And this is funny. I'll start it off with a story just to show you what I'm talking about. So like I said, you can use this and apply this and go right straight out and put your clothes on. But if you think it's going to rain, if you think you're going to sweat, if you think you're going to be in contact with any water, don't do that. Do not do that. Because the base color or the guide color, if any water touches it before you rinse it off, you have a spotty mess. One day I had this on and it just started drizzling. It wasn't even raining that hard. And I came and looked in the mirror and I literally had spots everywhere on me. And I was like, oh, okay, can't do that anymore. It still does have a self-tanning smell. Not too bad. I'm pretty used to it, so that doesn't really bother me. I said that it clings to dry patches. Right here on my shoulder, where my bra strap rubs, sometimes I get like a little bit of dry skin right there, and I did find that it kind of made that a little bit darker. So if you have any dry patchy skin, you might have to be careful with this product because it does seem to cling to that. I'll put that it only lasts about 3 to 4 days, which is really not too bad. It's not a con to me because honestly, I'd rather it look nice for 3 days and fade off a little bit than like look nice for a week and then patch spot everywhere, and you can't get it off easily. So that's okay for me. And then the very last one that I put is the guard color does wash off, so that original deep dark tan that you see for a while is going to rinse off when you get in the shower and wash that base color off. But you are still left with a medium tan, and it's still a very nice, pretty deep tan. But if you do want it to be that dark, my suggestion would just to be put on the tanning lotion before you're going to go to an event and let it dry for a few minutes, and then go ahead and put it on your clothes, because it does, as long as it's dry, it doesn't really transfer, as long as, like I said, you don't get near water. That is all of the pros and cons about it. Again, I totally recommend it. Like I said, if you are a self-tanning junkie like me and you haven't tried this, please try this. You will love it, I promise. And thanks so much for watching this review. If you liked this review, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. See you in my next video.